How's Cody Brundage different from some of the other guys that he's fought so far?
I don't say he's about, he's that.
So, obviously, one of the big conversations happening right now. What is Bo doing there? What's he doing on the main card, sat there?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a fair point. I think when the news broke, that he did it at 299, didn't
you
they?
saw that full main card lineup.
Yeah, Dana was like, we've got to drop this shit while it's hot.
Yeah,
I don't know, mate. Listen, it's thrown a lot of people for a loop. You have Bo Nickal opening the pay-per-view card, right? There's loads of reasons why he might be up there. But first of all, you know, if you're going to put them on the pay-per-view section, you got to ask the question, are people going to buy the pay-per-view for that person?
Yeah.
Do you think Bo Nickal has any sway over whether people will buy 300 or not? Like,
do you?
No, not at all,
No.
really. But he's a fantastic prospect and someone that we're all looking forward to seeing do what he's got to do. And I think him being on 300, fucking fair enough. You always chuck your stars on it. Like UFC 100, we have like John Jones and stuff. That's kind of like what I feel like is similar here. But John Jones weren't on no main card, son. But now Cody Brundage gets to be on the main card.
That's the main thing. It's just like everyone's getting all upset about, you know, Bo being on that main card. But you can understand why he's there. Is because he is this potential star. He has got this incredible pedigree. He's already been put on main cards and, you know, delivering spectacular knockouts. But the problem is he's doing it against who?
2-3 years we've been in this office. I don't think anyone within these hallowed walls has said the name Cody Brundage in that entire fucking time. And I'm not, it's just because narratively he's not come up. I guess that's the nice way to say it.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it's like, hey, bro.
He's just one of those guys.
He won the lottery.
That has just been around to fit into fight cards throughout the year on ESPN.
Not even among those other guys.
He's just there.
You know, the Bobby Greens and the Jim Millers and all that lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
why? Okay, here's a question for you then. Fair enough. Put Bo on there. Clearly, you know, got some sort of star power. Yeah. Why not give him someone with more of a name for 300? Test that fucking guy, right? On 300. Test the fucking guy on 300. So when he does deliver a big knockout or he dominates fucking Cody or whoever it might be, it makes sense. You're like, oh shit. Not only did he dominate on 300, but he dominated a guy who deserved to be on that card.
So like maybe you don't have a problem with Bo Nickal's placement.
I don't.
If he had a decent opponent who was worthy of that main card spot, it would make more sense is what you're saying.
Who in the middleweight division would you go, I'd rather see Bo there?
Bo, as far as we know from what he's been saying, has been asking for everybody. Like, I'll beat Hamza, I'll beat the champion. But the UFC are like giving him opponents. Like, here's your fight. That is not like who he's been asking for. I doubt Bo Nickal woke up like, hey, Dana, I want to fight Cody Brundage. Like,
imagine if Bo Nickal was on this main card against Hamza though. That would make a shit ton of sense. Everyone would be like, holy fuck, dude, that's a fucking fight.
It would. The Bo Nickal is just like, what kind of a butterfly effect do you want? You know what I mean? Like,
just put him in there already with the throw him in the fire.
Just take the risk. Just chuck him in there.
Why not? Like,
well, they just created Sean O'Malley by taking it nice and easy.
But it's been 5-6 years as well. So now he is at that point. But what's happening? People fucking don't like Sean, or at least they are starting to turn off of him. The star.
Are you saying
power,
he doesn't turn you on anymore?
He doesn't turn me on.
He turns Luke on.
He turns Luke on really badly.
He's got that picture of him on his desk.
He does. On his
kisses it every morning when he comes in.
At home, he's got a little.
I just see him go.
Yeah.
But look, the undercard, the prelims, right?
Talk to me.
Yuri Prohaska, former champion. Aljamain Sterling, former champion. Holly Holm, former champion. Even Kayla Harrison, former champion. I know this point has been made by the people, but man, Yuri Prohaska, Alexander Rakic.
He's done really
I'm not
well.
going to lie to myself and be like, I'm so excited to see Alexander Rakic go for a title.
What's Rakic been through? He had that nasty injury.
Lots of injuries,
exactly.
Unfortunately. That was a yarn fight. It's like, who would you actually put on there? Like, maybe Calvin Kattar, Aljamain Sterling is the choice.
Again, look, I don't have a problem with Bo being on there. I have a problem with his opponent for 300.
Right, yeah.
I think put him on the prelims if he's going to fight Cody, and maybe put someone like Kayla up there, because the reality of it is like that's a debuting star outside of the UFC who beats the shit out of every woman she steps in the cage with. And, you know, some people could argue, oh yeah, we don't want to see Holly Holm on the fucking main card. But Kayla could be really cool. You know, it's like MVP. If MVP debuted on this card in that position and he did the whole Undertaker thing at that point, it probably wouldn't been as much of an impact as it was as if he wasn't on the main
No,
card.
of course not, because you're competing with a bunch of other.
Yeah.
So like, walk away from this event. What fight are you going to be talking about? It's like I don't know. There's so many.
What
good
we should have
fights
done,
there.
we should have done Bo Nickal versus Kayla Harrison. Then she wouldn't have to cut to
I don't
35.
think they would make that.
They might do. But do you not think that Yuri Prohaska is like more of a star than Bo Nickal?
I do.
And they're just like, don't worry about this, mate. Headline the prelims.
Yeah, you'll be seen on ESPN.
Yeah.
Uriah Faber was happy with that, wasn't he?
Of course
He used to
was.
love it, those Fox shows, like, put me on
But
Fox.
he was like, but by that time he was like 53 though. I mean, the major thing is like Davison Figueiredo, Cody Garbrandt,
yeah, two former
opening-
champions.
Imagine this: T-Mobile Arena empty by that time that fight goes on.
It is fucking mental that two former champions going head to head is opening the show.
Davison Figueiredo.
Has anything ever come close to that? Do we need
That's
to
mental.
Do we need to compare this to like 200 and 100?
Okay, so Jim Miller and Gomi opened up.
I mean, honestly, dude.
200.
UFC 200 is fucking awesome, bro. Like, okay, so Miller versus Gomi, what an amazing fight.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Gomi on a
opening.
skid. But then you got Musasi
Yep.
versus Maheta Santos. Even now, that's a great fight. Like,
Yep.
that's still a great fight.
Yep.
Joe Lozon versus Diego Sanchez, classic.
Yep.
Love it. Those two
vets.
guys, like right now,
Two fan favourites.
Right now, you might not be as interested, but back then it's like two fan favourites still. Vets. Northcutt, there you go. Oh, right, that's your Bo Nickal.
Yeah, that's your Bo
That's your
Nickal.
Bo Nickal,
Sage
and he's
Northcutt.
opening the prelim, right?
But yeah, that is actually super fascinating. You have Sage Northcutt there, that kid that they wanted to prop up in the prelims.
Yeah, and a kind of a similar level of. I mean, Enrique Martin. I mean, Brundage has done a lot more. Yeah, it's interesting, that isn't it?
Maybe they learned from their mistakes there, and we were like, right, well, you know, Sage did beat him, and it was I don't remember that fight at all, how that went, whether or not it was dominance, whether or not it was close, entirely forgettable fight.
2 rounds to 1.
But maybe they were just like, right, if we have a star, we have a guy that we want to be on the posters of everything, let's just get him up there immediately.
If you look at that early prelim, I probably would have gone Andrade Rodriguez, Green Miller, Jalen Turner Moicano, and then Figgy Garbrandt. Like a lot of those fights on the early prelims, apart from that's why probably Turner versus Moicano is headlining it, because it's divisionally the most relevant fight out of all of them.
Because there's no real implications of Bo for him if he beats Brundage. You know, it's literally just there to be like, we have so much fucking stock in this guy.
Maybe another reason it's a opponent like that, because they want him to just do something spectacular. This is UFC 300. This is the biggest show we've done for a long time, supposedly the biggest show ever.
Yeah.
The first thing you're going to see is one of the most hyped prospects of all time going out there against someone he should beat and put on a spectacular performance against. Is it better in the eyes of the hardcore fans to see him go against a worthy opponent, or is it more beneficial for him to be introduced to a new audience,
to a casual audience with a devastating KO?
Yeah, with a
because we don't
devastating
give the shit. We don't give a shit who he does it over.
Money talks.
Money talks.
And Bo Nickal walks.
But the thing is, yeah, I guess so. But the thing is, it's just like this might be like the biggest moment of his career.
Obviously, every fight is the biggest moment of your career.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about UFC 300, and if he beat at least someone like ranked in the middleweight division,
I know what you're saying.
You could promote him so much more than if he just beat a random dude. So, you know, that's what I was saying at the start. Like, if he went in there and he dominated some guy, you know, at least even in the top
more. Yeah, you would get more
15,
of a payoff. You would definitely
get way more of a payoff.
You would, but then
do you think
taking more of a risk, aren't
Can
you?
we have a quick look at the UFC rankings, Zach, for the middleweight division? And we should match him up with someone that we actually think he should be in there.
Yeah, he could have beaten probably somebody. I mean, Paul Craig, that would have been a great fight, wouldn't it?
That would have been a great fight, yeah.
Amazing fight. Plus, let Paul Craig, you know, get on fucking 300. He fucking deserves it.
Where is Paulie Craig? Number 13. A good win over someone like Jack Manson at 300 would have been good. Obviously, Jack probably wouldn't have turned around that because he's
no, but like all these things we're suggesting is just like, it is a massive step up for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have very much experience. You can rush him to the top.
I mean, look, Chris Weidman
you're going to piss off
knocked
people.
out Anderson Silva with 10-0.
Yeah, but
right?
He had a lot of people backing him up, saying he was going to do that. GSP, Greg Jackson.
But people think the same about Bo Nickal as well. They think he's, you know, Jesus Christ superstar coming in.
Do they?
I mean, Hamzat is number 11 in the middleweight division.
Yeah.
Why not put him in there now with Hamzat?
To be honest, you definitely could have.
Yeah.
But why kill off 2 top potential contenders when you don't need to?
Because it's fun and it's 300. You know, people wanted 300 to be this spectacular thing with like a super fight, a legendary dream fight at the top of the thing. If you could not provide that, and you're going to put Pereira versus Hill at the top, get Bo in there with like Hamzat or something like that, because I think that would have offset, you know, the sadness
from a fan perspective. 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. But like, I'm obviously just speaking.
What's a better place then for Bo to fight someone like a Hamzat later on this year? Why not do that like now?
It does really feel like he should have got a top 15 opponent for this.
Yeah.
Because the fight after this, he's going to fight a top 15
Yeah,
guy.
Exactly. So why not just do that now?
Not just do it now.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just like it's a really good look for the casual.
It's interesting because the UFC are kind of just like, no, we don't care about how much he's hyped. No, we don't care about how credentialed he is. No, none of that. We're just going to match him like we normally match anyone else who's this level of experience in the UFC. You've had 3 good wins, 2 good wins.
Yeah.
We're just going to give you another guy around your level. We're not going to take into consideration the X factors.
Yeah.
We're
Therefore, he shouldn't be on the main card. Put him on the main event.
Hard to argue with
prelims.
Ransom.
You know, put Yuri on the main card with Rakic, and then put him on
I think Sterling Cater would have been good on the main card, but people don't really like Sterling. I think most people are going to be like, Bo Nickal shouldn't be on the main card. The people who argue for it are only going to argue on behalf of the promotion. I don't think as a fan you could be like, this event is better with him on the main card. Fuck it, man. I hope that was the conversation they had.
Exactly.
Fuck it. Let's put him on the main card. Fuck it. Maybe they want to test his like level of like pressure as well. Like how well can he handle this moment?
But he's already done this though. He's already fought someone on the main card.
Even there though, a lot of people probably would have been like, oh, Robbie Lawler should be. That was Robbie's retirement fight.
Retired.
You think that would be on the main card?
Yeah.
Stealing spots from everybody, Bo Nickal.
Yeah. So lads, if you enjoyed this conversation today, what you can do is you can join the membership program where you can see all of these podcasts unedited in their full entirety.
But who would want to do that, Tom?
Well, all the guys who love good, strong, manly jokes that we can't put in. The masculine energy that we put in is too much for YouTube, so we have to put it for the members to view.
That's right. You're goddamn right. And you're only going to see that if you become a member. So.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to watch us be masculine?